Good morning, students. This is class 9 science. Lesson, the fundamental unit of life, the cell. In continuation with the last class, today we are going to study about the detailed structure of a cell. In the previous classes, we have learned that all body functions of an organism are performed by its cell. Though the cell varies in shape, size, number, it is the structural and functional unit of all living organisms. It is a structural and functional living of all living organisms. We have studied that the human body has many different organs performing different functions. For example, the human body has lungs for respiration, stomach for digestion, heart for pumping blood, kidney for excretion. That means that all multicellular organisms show division of labor. And it can also be observed in single-celled organisms. A single cell such as amoeba performs all the vital life activities. Okay. So each cell possesses certain components. Each cell possesses certain components, and these components are responsible for specific functions and are called cell organelles. The main three features of a cell are plasma membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. Plasma membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. Each cell, whether it is a plant cell or an animal cell, it is covered by a thin membrane called plasma membrane or cell membrane. Plasma membrane or cell membrane. This plasma membrane is composed of lipids and proteins. It is composed of lipids and proteins. It is selectively permeable membrane. It is a living membrane. It is very delicate. It is elastic and selectively permeable membrane. What does this selectively permeable word mean? Selectively permeable membrane means it allows the entry and the exit of some materials from the cell. It allows entry and exit of only some materials in the cell. That is the meaning of selectively permeable membrane. Now, movement of a substance across the cell membranes is again of two types. The movement of a substance across the cell membrane is of two types. It is first is passive transport and the second is active transport. Passive transport and active transport. Diffusion and osmosis, all these come under passive transport. Passive transport means movement of molecule towards the concentration gradient without using any energy. Movement of molecules towards the concentration gradient means from higher concentration to low concentration without using any energy, as in diffusion and osmosis. And you all know what diffusion and osmosis is. Diffusion is the intermixing. Diffusion is the intermixing of molecules on its own. Intermixing of molecules on its own, and osmosis is a movement of molecules through a semi-permeable membrane. We'll study that in next class. Today, let's proceed to nucleus. What is nucleus? Nucleus, it is the largest and the most important organ of the cell. It is the largest and the most important cell organelle in eukaryotic cells. In prokaryotic cells, nucleus is absent. In eukaryotic cells, nucleus is the largest and the most important cell organelles. It is generally located in the center in animal cells. In animal cells, nucleus is placed in the center, whereas in the plant cell, it is at periphery due to the presence of vacuole. It is visible as a dark spot, and nucleus control all the metabolic and genetic activities of the cell. Nucleus controls all the metabolic and genetic activities of the cell. Then comes the cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is the fluid portion of the cell which contains specialized cell organelles. It is the fluid portion of the cell which contains specialized cell organelles. And we can say cytoplasm is the fluid portion of the cell which is present between the plasma membrane and the nuclear membrane. Cytoplasm is the fluid portion of the cell which is present between the plasma membrane and the nuclear envelope, and it contains all the different cell organelles. So basically we can say that all cells has three common features: plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Thank you. Have a nice day.